guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I missed you guys. I've missed filming and I've missed reading, so I officially finished all of my exams. I think our spring break is next week. I thought for this week it would just be fun to just try to get through my TBR. I do have like over 60 books over there and like 10 books over there. So that's my TBR to try to get through. But yeah, I have so many books to get through. And at this point, I'm just kind of flying by what I need to get through. I have a couple books that are on my mind right now to get through. Let me show you the 3 books that I'm just going to be kind of reading throughout this week. It's going to be The Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. I started this on my trip and I didn't finish it, but I did get to page 82, which is chapter 10. And then the next book that I am on is The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. This has been on my TBR, I think, for 2 years now. I just haven't gotten to it. I did just start this and now I think 100 in, almost 100, and I'm like 95 pages in. So far, basically, we don't even know his name. Like, he doesn't even know his name. We start off the bat in someone's body and it's Belle, and then he went to the butler and now he's in Ravencourt's body. So that's like the host he's in right now, and he's getting visited by this plague doctor that's telling him like every single day he's got 8 days to figure out who gets murdered and who did it. We don't even know who gets murdered, but obviously it's Evelyn Hardcastle. It just hasn't been named yet. What I like about this book is you're learning as the character learns. You're told off the bat like, oh, you're just in different people's bodies as host and you have to figure out what's happening, or else you're gonna have to restart it. 2 other people in different host as well, trying to find out what happens. He's just very far behind because he keeps trying to escape and it's like pissing me off. I'm like, dude, you can't get out of this. Like, you just have to keep going. Got a little chunk in, so we're getting there. I'm just praying, hoping that I can read, because I've been trying to read every morning and night. And then the last one that we are reading / listening to is The Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare. I was listening to this in my what I realistically read in a week, and I didn't have too much in it by then, but now I am in the Saving Raphael Santiago bit, so we have like a good chunk of this book in. This is what the cartoon looks like. I love the cartoons in this book. So what, I'm on page 253, so we are halfway done this book. I've been loving this. It's not anything crazy. It's not like this is like all this mystery or there's this huge conflict happening. It's literally just following Magnus Bane and different of his life. Some of them do have a little action, but not a lot at all. Mostly is just his life, just seeing what he had to deal with, who his friends are, and etc, etc. And I really like that because I love Magnus Bane. Raphael's mother has shown up and is asking for Magnus's help, saying that vampires have like hurt her son. That is basically like the books that I'm reading so far this week. I will see you guys when I start one of these books and I have a little update. So I'll see you guys later. The fit for tonight. What? You know how everyone has like their comfort shows? This one is mine. I have watched this Scooby-Doo so many freaking times. It is so comforting to me. Hello? You can see me? Yes, you can. Hi everyone. Battery is flashing. I am just gonna give a little update on what I've read today. So far I am on page 147 and I'm on chapter 21, which is day 2 continue. Holy moly, there is so much going on and like so many loopholes that you're thinking of, and like actions that he took as different host and how it's helping him now. Crazy how everything is coming together. He just saw Evelyn Hardcastle die for the first time. It looks like a suicide. I think the plague doctor told him that it was something else, like there was something more to it. He's trying to sit there and just thinking of it, and so now he went back into the butler's host and he's trying to figure that out now, I guess. I'm really liking this book. The only thing I don't like about this book is how he's portraying Ravencourt, because he is a bigger man. He's also got some imperfections. Just the way that everyone is treating him, not only just like the writing, but also just everyone around him and how they're like embarrassed to look at him, and watching him eat is so grotesque. I don't like that at all, so I'm trying to like ignore that. He talks about it every second that he gets. It's just, I hate it. I really don't like it. So that's like my red flag for this book. Not okay, and I don't appreciate it. But I am enjoying this story and where it's going, how it's developing. It is 12. I'm probably gonna read a little bit more. As you can hear, it's raining outside. It's like supposed to like tsunami. I'm gonna go charge my camera as well, and I'll just update you guys tomorrow whenever. Let me go through what I've read so far. That was kind of aggressive, sorry. It is Tuesday right now, and I've actually made some pretty good progress in both books. I have to do a lot of school like today and tomorrow, so I'm not sure how much I'll be able to get in. But I've been reading this on the audiobook wherever I'm going, and then I've just been trying to read this morning and night, which I've been doing a pretty good job so far. So for Bane Chronicle, I am on the Fall of Demore, the Hotel Demore, sorry. I'm 64% down this book. I don't know how I got there, but like I was just listening to it a lot yesterday when I was driving, and then I'm gonna listen to it more. I've just been enjoying this so much, and I'm just loving seeing Magnus, seeing where he's been. I got to see Raphael and like his beginning, which was really fun because I remember him talking about it, but we didn't really get to see it. Right now we're at the Fall of the Demore because Camille, whatever, she's like, I guess the leader to it. There's like a bunch of killings happening, and like if they keep having this happen, like the shadow hunters are gonna go after them. So Magnus is helping the werewolf leader Lincoln kind of get down to the business of it. So they're just trying to figure out what is going on with the vampires. And like I love how I can talk to you guys about this because it's not like spoiling any plot, it's just little plot points in Magnus's life. That's the update in Magnus Bane. And then for the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, this one has been crazy. Like so much is happening, but also we still don't know anything. So I'm on chapter 29. I'm on page 205, so I am almost halfway. I'm so glad that I'm finally reading it, and it honestly is like a perfect time that I'm reading this. He gets one full day as a host as different people, and so he keeps switching towards the butler and pretty much the butler, and then he'll go to someone else. But the butler is like one that's like in and out of consciousness, so he's always leaving that one. And we learned that there's 2 other people trying to discover what happened to Evelyn, and whoever finds it first will leave. And Aiden's done this before multiple times with Anna, and apparently there's like the plague doctor is like telling him that like you can't trust Anna. Okay, so we're on day 5 right now, and we're with, I think he's in Jonathan's house, and he's a very bad character. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he was Evelyn's murderer because he apparently has a lot of essays. I just don't understand how his mom kept it a secret and actually protected him when he's like torturing and hurting all these girls. Like Jonathan's not a good person. Weird that he thought Ravencourt was the work because he was just bigger and it was harder to move, but he said he would rather be in his body than Jonathan's because Jonathan's mind is so messed up and so evil. But I also still don't like how he's talking about Ravencourt. So we'll see where I go the rest of the day, but I'm gonna go to work now, and I'll see you guys later when I have another update or we're reading more. Okay, I need to give an update for the Bane Chronicles. I'm gonna get on my phone. So I am 72% done, so I'm hopefully gonna finish it this week. I need to finish some sort of book this week. It just needs to happen. If not, I feel like I'm not a booktuber anymore. Anyways, so 72% in, and I'm also 9 hours and 22 minutes in, and I am on What to Buy the Shadow Hunter Who Has Everything, and he's talking about Alec, and he was just talking about how like he wants Alec to feel safe in his home, and like Alec, even when he's working, will get him like a cup of coffee, and he told Magnus like he has to stop using his magic for coffee because he's stealing it from like this one business and they have to make it from home. And so Alec got like a coffee pot for them, and it's just like the little things with them. Here's a piece of hair here, someone I love him so much. And then apparently one of the mugs that Magnus has, it says better than Gandalf, and I don't know what it was, but I like started geeking. That was so funny because at first I was like, wait, what? And then I was like, oh, you know, so it was just funny. Anyways, there hasn't been too many developments into the story, but we have heard a lot about Evelyn's mom. She has not been in this book like at all, and I feel like that would be my first suspect because where is she? And like we can't find her. She has these meetings that she's supposed to meet on this day and she's not going to any of them. Where are you, woman? And she literally, oh my god, the things that are happening, the events that we just learned about her mom, and it's also wild the way that she's treating Evelyn. I'm on 260 right now. I feel like this book is definitely slow, but it's a reason it's slow because you're going into these different hosts and you kind of have to go, it's kind of like the butterfly effect. If you change something, like it will all be different, and you can't have that happen because all the hosts are doing little different things where it's like this clue that you find as this host is because the other host put it there for you, and it's like a bunch of stuff like that that's happening. And I really enjoy this book. It's really getting my head thinking and being like, oh, that's why he put it there and this is why this happened, and like a bunch of little things like that. So I'm really enjoying that. He also just said this and it made me feel better about like the disgusting little things he was saying about Ravencourt. So he's as Dance right now. For all I know, I'm exactly like Bao, and would that truly be so bad? I envy him his compassion as I envy Ravencourt's intelligence and Dance's ability to see through the shroud to the heart of things. If I carry any of these qualities out of Blackheath, I'll be proud to have them. Because all of these hosts are different in different ways, and I feel like they're definitely helping in different ways as well, which is wonderful. So I'm gonna keep reading right now. I did a bunch of homework, so I'm just gonna sit and read and enjoy my time. She made like a shrine of all of my pets, of my stuffed animals. Looks like a villain, but she's cute. Yes, my little Yoda. My little Yoda. Slay. We're about to learn some crazy shit. Let me reread that. Jesus fucking Christ. We're like almost there to figuring everything out. That's crazy. But then why is she trying to, but then why are they going after? This is crazy. I literally love this book so much. Why is it so good? Like, but I am like also wanting the truth so freaking bad. I'm like, can we get to the point by now? Like, I need to know. I am now almost finished this book, and I'm also almost finished Bane Chronicles as well. This book is getting me. Holy crap. Oh my god. So much has been revealed. I'm just like sitting here like shocked. Like my jaw isn't even a part of my body at this point. Like nothing has come together. We have so many bits and pieces of all this story that we just don't know where they fit, how they go, and how they flow together. He still has 3 hosts. The footman is going after his other ones. Very intrigued though. I'm loving this book. I'm so glad that I picked it up. I'm so mad it took me forever to pick it up. I might have an idea. Like a slight idea of what happened with the past. I have no idea about Evelyn though. Don't even ask me. But I am so antsy. Like I'm gonna itch out of my skin because I want to know what happens in this book so bad. Like you have to go slow at it. You have to, like, everything fits for a reason. You need to know everything to let it all fit together. I am really liking the Bane Chronicles though, because we got a little bit of Magnus and Alec, but then we switched to the circle, like Valentine and all of them. And that was very interesting seeing how Magnus had to deal with them and how he met Luke and how he met Valentine and like kind of got into the gist of that. And I feel for him because it's must be hard seeing that like Clary is related to these people and like having to look at them and know that like they were pretty terrible in the beginning and now they're like better people. That I think I'm like 82% done. Probably an hour left, an hour and 40 left or something. I just finished The Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare. I've been cleaning and I just finished up the audiobook finally. I just wanted to show you some of my favorite things. Like, this is like the artwork in this is gorgeous. This is one of my favorite parts. This is in the chapter or like the novella of What to Buy the Shadow Hunter Who Has Everything. My favorite thing about this book was Magnus and Alec. We got to see like their first dates and like the birthday, coming together and being a couple. Magnus has to summon this demon, and then the demon interrupts Magnus's phone call with, I think, Camille, trying to find a birthday gift for Alec. The demon overhears, and I'm just gonna read this comment because that's what happened, but the accent that the narrator gave him was so funny. He's like, you should get him a mixtape. Kids love mixtapes. They're the cool in thing right now. So the last time you were summoned the 80s? It might have been. Things have changed. Do people still listen to Fleetwood Mac? I love the Mac. And he's this like tentacle like freaking demon who likes Fleetwood Mac. There was this one bit where like the demon's like, you should get him a scented candle. And then Magnus like takes him, like magics him away to the demon realm again, and he's like, get him the scented candle. It was so funny. I loved it. I thought this one was so fun. This other one was when they were on their first date and Magnus starts to get pickpocketed by this one kid, and Alex sees and full-on whips him around. And the kid's like, dude, I'm sorry, seriously, I didn't know you were a ninja. And then Magnus is like, holy shit, that was hot. And Alec was like, I'm not a ninja. But I just thought it was so funny. Like, so many great scenes, so many funny scenes. This book was comedic. Magnus has always been so funny to me, and the 300 years of wars and loving and losing and grief and like all of these different, like, he has lived so many generations, and I've seen so many generations have to pass. Like, he is just such a lighthearted, fun character, and I love them. It was really upsetting though, because we ended on the voicemails of Magnus Bane. It follows the days of a certain incident that happens in City of Lost Souls. City of Lost Souls was definitely a turner for their relationship, because Magnus and Alec had a very rough spot. I'm sorry, the lighting's not great, sorry. But they had a really rough spot, and a lot of things happened. So like the last 7 pages of this book were just voicemails of Alec apologizing, all of the Lightwoods apologizing and stuff, and I just felt so bad for Magnus, and like with everything happened, I wish this was kind of like in a different spot. It made me sad having to end on that. I think Magnus and Alec are in another, I think they're in the Red Scrolls. I think it's the Red Scrolls of Magic. Pretty. That's a pretty book. So the next one I have to go to is Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy, and then I'll get into Lady Midnight's. But to talk about Bane Chronicles, I loved this. This was so much fun. I honestly wasn't sure what to expect with this book. I love how deep it was too, because we got into a lot of things of Magnus talking about politics that are going around and wars and his voice and like a bunch of things like that. We also got some really lighthearted moments where it was just like fun, goofy things with his friends. Really learned about him as a character and his friendships, and I love him as a character. He's just such a fun character and enjoyable to read. I will always talk positively about Magnus Bane. He's just such a wonderful character. We'll just give it to the sake of this video. This is definitely like a 4.5. I just had a fun time. You know, like there was nothing bad about this book. I just loved it. If you don't love Magnus Bane as much and you want more action and stuff, this unfortunately probably will fall flat for you, just because it's supposed to be fun. You can do what I did and just listen to it in the audiobook, and you can get through it a little quicker. This, I think if I was reading it, might have went a little slower. I wish I had another audiobook. I honestly thought that this would take me like the entirety of me cleaning, and it didn't. So what am I gonna listen to? Guys, their first date was so cute. Oh my god. Wait, I didn't tell you guys this. Okay, they were on their date. Magnus was like, crap, like this date is not going well. Like Magnus deserves someone that is like a sexy shadow hunter. Like I'm not enough, so I'm gonna call Camille to like get me out of this. She does her part, she calls him, but she's like, Magnus, this is a serious actual emergency. Like I need you to come bring the shadow hunter. And Magnus is like, oh. So he like puts his foot down, he's like, I gotta go. And it was so sad, but Alec was like, oh. Like he is just, oh my god, Alec does not know his worth. Magnus is like, but like this is like, I have a serious situation going on. Like there's a werewolf in this restaurant or whatever. He's like, do you want to come with me? Like I need you. Alec was like, yeah, of course I will. He's like, I thought you were gonna like pretend to have an emergency so you can get out of the date. And Magnus was like, Oh, they do that? Magnus is just so funny. He's so funny. The biggest thing is the relationships and how she builds them. I'm gonna hopefully finish the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle today. We'll see. I have not read anything of the Good Girl Complex. So much is happening right now. This is it. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I knew it. Was I right? I'm right, but I'm. Oh, wait a second. Wait. What? What? I feel like this, like Scooby-Doo. Like, what? But why? Wait. Oh. Wait a second. Wait a damn minute. Am I? Okay, that's where it comes in. Okay. What? I just finished, but I wanted to share this quote because it is so perfect. I really like how it just flows. Tomorrow can be whatever I want it to be, which means for the first time in decades, I can look forward to it. Instead of being something to fear, it can be a promise I make myself. A chance to be braver or kinder, to make what was wrong right, to be better than I am today. Every day after this one is a gift. I just have to keep walking until I get there. Everyone, I think, needs to hear that. Right. I actually look crazy. I've done so much today. I have been so productive today. I'm very pat myself on the back. I have to pee so bad. I've been sitting here for like 30 minutes and I finally finished the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. I was right. My suspicions were right. I know some people get annoyed, like, if they can guess it, then, you know, like, it's a bad thriller, but honestly, I think that's what's fun about it, is like trying to figure out who did it. And this one was hard because so many different loopholes. You're having all these little clues, and honestly, I had no guesses. And this one was honestly like, is it them? You know, like, I was just kind of spitting and I got it. And honestly, I love when I get it because I'm like, oh my god, yes, I got it finally. Ooh, ah. You know, sometimes like it is super easy and that's when I'm like, okay, you know. But this one actually had me twisted, and it's honestly like, this is like a thriller, but there's like a, not like a magical element, but like a darker element in it, which I really enjoyed. I loved how this thriller wrote. I know that I was giving him crap about how he's talking about Ravencourt, but in the end, he really understood that each host gave him something different, and I'm glad that he started to appreciate Ravencourt for what he gave. I'm glad overall. I really enjoyed this book, and I'm so glad that I read it. It was such a breath of fresh air too, because I've been reading so many fantasy and romances. I haven't picked up a thriller in such a long time, other than I think October was a different thriller too. It wasn't the same old like, let's just go through the same day finding clues. No, this was, it's the same murder, it's the same day over and over again, and this time you're just having different POVs, and I loved that. Also, I loved the deeper meaning that everyone has their past, everyone has their mistakes, and people can be changed, people can make mistakes and can improve from them, and every day is different. And that's why I love that quote at the end, because it really just talks about how mistakes are made, but yet you have a day tomorrow to fix them. You have a day tomorrow to be someone different and to be someone that you appreciate and that you're proud of. And I love that, and I love how Aiden was able to see this one person as that and realizing that they have a chance and that they have changed. And I love that, and I love how he put his faith into that. I loved Aiden as a character. He was so different than everyone else. Everyone else was just trying to figure out Evelyn's murder, but he was always trying to figure out how to save her, how to protect her, how to stop this from happening. And everyone was like, stop doing that, you know, just figure out the murder. But he's like, I'm not gonna do that, I have to know what happens. Could not put it down. And it was just so much fun. We had 8 hosts, but also it was like, if your host fell asleep or was hit over the head with something, you would go to another host. You'd go to the next day, and then sometimes you'd come back to that host. This was so good, guys. Oh my god. Please read this. I had such a wonderful time with this. I loved this. Definitely one to remember. It's definitely a different type of thriller, and I'm so glad that I read it. For this reading vlog, I was able to get down 2 books that are kind of chunky ones, and considering how stressed I've been with school, I'm so glad that I finished it. But I'm so glad I finished this. I feel like this is honestly really close to a 5-star. It's just really good in my mind, and I would definitely recommend it. Please pick up a Stuart Turton book. So I'm definitely gonna pick up another Stuart Turton book because this was just so much fun, and it had you guessing, and it never got boring. Like, there were some bits that I was like, oh my god, let's go, because I'm just so desperate to learn what was happening, but I was never bored. I just wanted to keep picking up this book. I picked up this book every single night and every single morning because I was just so ready to read this. So glad that I was able to read 2 books. I haven't been able to read 2 books in a week in so long. And I'm so glad that you guys followed me along. I'm about to go to bed. Oh my god, it is literally 1:23. I gotta go to bed. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please go like and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so every time I post. I have 2 books off of my TBR. Honestly, this year I'm doing so good with making sure I read the books that I have on my TBR. If I can finish my TBR or get it down to like 10 books, I will be so proud of myself. So far, I've only bought 3 books, but I just bought one today, so it makes it 4. But I'm so glad with how I've been doing with books and how I've made myself accountable. I haven't read any new series or anything. I'm doing really good. So hopefully we can keep going with my TBR, but 2 down in like, I think I had 70 before in the beginning of this year. I might be definitely down now because I've read like, some of the books I've read have been off of my TBR other than like Deep End. Anyways, that's it. I will talk to you guys in the next video. I love you. Thank you for watching.